do you want to talk about?
Whatever we want. I've got topics for days. I'm Call it Topicana.
Fresh squeezed.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Thank
Waiting
you.
for a
I just
response?
wanted to be acknowledged.
I was like sitting in the audience kind of for a minute.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And if you at home said hello, thank you. This is Topicana. I'm Amy. It is
Do
my
you ever answer
Yeah.
podcasts when they say hello?
Sure, why not? Yeah.
You do when you're alone listening to them?
Probably not out loud.
In your heart.
In your mind?
Heart.
Do you see Michael Barbaro tomorrow?
And this is what else you need to know today.
Yeah.
That's a little New York Times The Daily podcast joke. If you know, you know. But anyway, today I have decided to put us on the hot seat. But I want to talk about current pop culture issues because I have felt so disconnected from the larger world over the last month or so or two.
Yeah.
Dealing with all of my personal life stuff. I want to talk about nonsense. Is that okay with you guys?
I love nonsense.
Much
Well,
of,
it's going to be interesting because Freddie doesn't really follow pop culture.
Exactly.
So it's going to be us kind of informing him like what's going on, depending on what you ask.
Yeah, you're right, Andy.
very true.
Unless it's about like programs designed for older people or, you know, my stomach.
Antiques Roadshow.
Antiques Roadshow, I'm 100% like in.
Yeah.
I think I've seen every episode now, including like classic ones. And then
Yeah.
if you talk about The Neighborhood with Cedric the Entertainer, I
Oh,
might
wow.
know a few answers.
No, we're not
Do you
gonna.
feel you can be an appraiser now
Oh,
with all the knowledge you've gained from?
no, but I could tell what a legit piece of art is versus a forgery, I think. But like just because, well, not a forgery, but like I can tell the difference between like, you know, if something's a legit oil painting or like, but that's about as much as I can tell. Like the furniture stuff always kind of blows my mind.
I didn't really want to talk about Antiques Roadshow.
Oh, okay.
I have to
So
live
if
it.
somebody came up to you and said like, "I've got an original Mona Lisa. What do you think about it?"
The original Mona Lisa, I'd call the
I think
police
you-
immediately.
You probably know that it's fake, right?
Right, unless they were, you know, like a time traveler or if
Yeah.
they'd stolen it from the museum. Is that the Louvre still? Is that right?
Yes. Correct.
Is that one people glued themselves to yet?
Well, it's surrounded, like you can't get to it because
yeah.
it's behind glass.
You glue yourself to the glass?
I guess, but like, what would that? Well, what is any of this doing? I don't understand. But then I'm, you know, hey, all right. So today, hot seat. Do you feel it? Do you feel that under your little ass cheeks?
Oh, I feel
It's
it.
warming up, y'all. Okay, we're gonna start with the heaviest one. Do we owe Kate Middleton an apology?
We, individuals or society?
Society.
You know what? When we were watching, what was that show at midnight or after midnight?
The comedy show.
Yeah, where they have the comedians kind of respond to stuff. One of them, I can't remember his name, but you knew who he was, Amy. He was on that show, Platonic. He said something to the effect of, "It's fine," but he said it in a really eloquent and funny way.
Right.
Nobody knew what was going on.
Yeah.
There's no mean-spiritedness
They
really behind
bungled
any
it.
of it.
It was bungled.
Yeah, I mean it's shitty to like.
But they are the fucking royal family. Like,
They're the
you
royal
have to
family.
know.
I
They
mean,
killed Diana. Like, I mean, I know Kate Middleton didn't, but like,
when you look at that, like a cancer diagnosis, it's like it is touchy ground, right?
yeah.
But there was nothing to indicate that's what was going on, so nobody could have known. But my whole thing is leave him the fuck alone to begin with. And maybe dissolve the whole fucking.
Well, yeah,
thing.
that's fine.
Yeah, I don't have really any strong feelings one way or the other, honestly. Um, the monarchy is a outdated institution.
It's fucking
and she
hilarious to
probably
me.
But at the same time, she is a person
Right.
and is owed some type of
Privacy.
yeah, privacy. That's what I'm looking for. Sorry, it's early for me.
So she can
It
eat
is,
her
it's
yogurt
morning.
in privacy.
Yes, yes, privacy. But like Amy's right, they did bungle it by putting out a Photoshop photo.
You made it weird. Okay, you made it
Yeah.
weird. Don't make it
But
weird.
it's like an obviously Photoshop photo. I mean, I'm not an expert, obviously, on Photoshopping, but when people point out the obvious things, it's like, hey, yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah.
It blows my mind what it must be like to be a not political, but a public figure of that level of scrutiny and attention is just beyond anything I could possibly ever understand.
I texted my mom immediately. I'm like, that bitch stole your cancer thunder. How dare? Okay. One. Yeah, I don't know. I found it fun to speculate because
Well, yeah, I
they
think-
aren't real people, but they are. You know?
I think some people have their minds made up regardless
Yeah.
of the situation.
I'm like, girl,
some
leave
people
him.
are-
Leave them, please.
Some people lean in a little too hard on the royal family, and some people are a little too eager for them to fail.
Well,
I
yeah.
want Kate and Megan to go Thelma and Louising through a bunch of horrible people and then off the cliff when they're ready. When they're ready.
I
don't
just
know what I'm
saw
saying.
somebody stage I think it was 2 dogs they had dressed up as Thelma and Louise in the convertible. It was adorable.
That's cute. Okay.
Oh, hope they didn't drive off a cliff. Hope they drove into like a pool or something, because I know
Yeah.
dogs love water.
Yeah, maybe that's a real sweet idea, Andy. And then they're just like, this is fine. And the cops are
Oh.
like, you guys enjoy yourselves.
What kind of dogs are they? Because the only dogs big enough that could, or was it
a
regular
nice
size
lab.
dog, or there is a small car?
It was a regular size convertible, and it was one of those dogs that has, like, if I remember right, the kind of beautiful long dogs that are always in the Westminster show.
Oh, like
Beautiful
the
long
Afghan.
dog.
I'm gonna see if I can find it and send it to you guys because
All
it's real
right.
cute.
That's really
I
important.
was just thinking about the
Send
the how it works out, because certain dogs can't reach the steering wheel and the
right.
pedal
And the pedal at the same time. Unless maybe
unless
like a
it's
Great
like a-
Dane
unless it's a big dog. Yeah,
or a long dog.
Oh,
I
here-
don't trust dogs driving cars anyway.
I googled it.
Cats, sure. Dogs,
Toonses, Amy.
but Toots knew what he was doing.
Well,
Right?
is Toonses, was he just a bad driver in general, or is he a bad driver because he was a cat?
I think he was malevolent. Was Toots malevolent, Freddie? My brain is not recalling from me
No,
right now.
Toonses was just a bad driver.
Oh, 'cause he was a
Toonses
cat.
was a cat, just like Andy
Okay.
said.
Well, sometimes. All right, we're moving on to the next topic.
Yeah.
Now, admittedly, I'm asking this only having heard one song from the album, but how are we feeling about Beyonce's country era?
I'm all for it. I've listened to the album, and it's I don't know what country is defined as. It sounds country to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely country.
All I need is some guitars
Uh-huh.
and some
Twang.
like stomping. Yeah.
I've only heard Texas Hold'em,
Yeah, me
which I
too.
really like a lot. But Rick Beato pointed out that he's
Lyrics
like,
are very
the lyrics
dumb.
are really bad,
They are bad,
and they are, and I can't argue with it.
but
'cause,
it's still fun.
yeah, it's still a fun song, even though the lyrics are terrible.
I have read the Jolene lyrics, and I'm excited to hear it. Just haven't gotten around to it because, I just haven't, guys.
She changed the lyrics.
But the visuals that Beyonce has been putting out, like the album visuals, fucking stunning.
Did she change the lyrics?
Yes. Yes. But I told you about this last night, and I said, but
no,
it's
you
cool
didn't-
because Dolly is even on the album.
I didn't even know that you
And-
meant lyrics. I thought you might have been like
She
arrangement or
approved.
something.
No lyrics.
So what lyrics are different?
Honey, I'm not going to read them to you. I don't know. But I was just
That's
asking
right.
how you were feeling.
It's more aggressive toward Jolene.
Oh, it's like, yeah.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's basically I'm whipping your ass.
Oh,
Which really Jolene kind of is asking for, if you ask me.
that's a very different
Quit sniffing around.
different angle than what Dolly's was. Very passive.
Well, yeah, right. But Beyonce has Becky with the good hair to contend with.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
I'm warning you, don't come for my man, she says.
Huh?
Not I'm begging you. Oh, she's like, I'll straight up cut your head off and bury your body and your head in two separate places. Oh my God.
Whoa.
And then she says, Jolene, you are gross. And you smell gross, and I don't like your family either.
Ooh,
This is very different, Amy.
It is very different.
Yeah.
Good for you, Beyonce.
Oh, she's like Rachel with the with her Oompa Loompa body.
Yeah. Becky with the
Yes,
no
sir.
head.
Becky with the no head.
Speaking of which, did you remember like the Wonka experience
Wonka?
in Glasgow?
The scandal of the
Yeah.
AI. Oh my gosh, Freddie.
I don't
All
know
right.
about this.
Real quick. It's in Scotland, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was this advertised experience for children to come have this Wonka experience. But what
Yeah.
people didn't realize is all of the visuals for it, advertising it, were all AI. So they get there and it's a sad ass like empty warehouse with like a few balloons
Oh.
and one sad like clown lady. I don't even know. And
Oh, but they
children
had
got
these-
one jelly bean.
Yeah, they had these sad Oompa Loompas behind a bar, handing out one jelly bean per child. Like if you Google it, you see this.
Ridiculous
It's called
Really?
the Wonka
experience.
experience. I'm looking it up
These
right now.
parents paid all this money and they go to this thing that's just fucking hilarious and sad for the kids, sure.
Let's just go to images, I guess.
But it's very
Oh
funny.
my God. It looks like a murder warehouse. It looks like they're shooting like a weird porno movie in here.
Yeah,
They are.
Oh my God. I see one of the sad Oompa Loompas. And she's like in a fog machine haze and her eyes are all
Yeah.
fucking burned up.
Uh-oh. Fog machine haze.
This looks like oh wow, this is terrible and scary.
Right?
Oh wait, the picture I'm looking at is probably AI.
Yeah.
This really colorful warehouse.
Yes.
type
Yeah,
picture.
That's what
it.
they bought the ticket for.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So anyway,
I was thinking about dressing up as the Oompa Loompa at Horror Hound, but since we didn't have a table, I was gonna be.
You didn't want to walk
It's
around?
gonna be for me. It's gonna be weird just walking around. I was
Just
like,
a
that's
dejected
weird.
Oompa Loompa.
Yeah.
Were you going to color yourself like orange and shit?
Yeah, and do the that bob wig that
Oh
the
my
Oompa
gosh.
Loompa had.
You don't want to have to do. Yeah, you don't want to do that. No,
Yeah.
Gosh.
Oompa Loompa will never come back into style.
All right, next topic. The Trump Bible.
Oh, you mean the Lee Greenwood Bible?
Embossed with the flag of the greatest nation under our good Lord Jesus Christ. And it's $60.
Well, this I actually know a little bit about because they say that this already existed before Trump like co-opted it. Apparently, I guess Lee Greenwood has had a Bible for a long time, which is so fucking weird. I mean, isn't it usually kings who change the Bible and make special editions?
Like, this is the grossest. Well, of course. Like, listen, we're super, flaming liberals, but like, gross. As an atheist, I'm offended how disrespectful it is to the Christian faith or the Jewish faith with the Old Testament. Like, this is gross.
Well, yeah, it's real
It's
gross.
It's nasty.
But for me, honestly, it fits in with modern Christianity. Like
Well,
like all
true.
these like the mega church pastors and everything.
I'm having a hard time with that, Andy,
It's
too.
so corrupted. It's so corrupted.
But there's like good in there. There's good and bad both. Like I'm not totally against, because
a Trump Bible?
no, I am against the Trump Bible, but like some of these big churches, like I hate the appearance of them, and they give me the creeps. But then some of them are still doing good stuff with the structure they've established. But the thing for me is like, once it's a product and a commercial endeavor,
Yeah.
religion, your spirituality
Yeah.
is something that
man?
someone is going to profit off of.
Who was just legally declared a rapist?
It's fucking
That guy?
gross, is what it is.
Yeah, and I was like, if I don't feel sorry for the people that buy the Bible, it's like, if you want to get grifted, that's your deal.
I
Yeah,
feel sorry for their
And
like liberal
in
children.
a way, I kind of respect his hustle.
which one, Greenwood or Trump?
Both of them.
Trump's.
Was Greenwood making a bunch of money off of this already, or no?
Fuck if I
Do
know,
we
dude.
I don't know.
I doubt people know that he even had one in the first place. So
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I didn't know Lee Greenwood had a Bible until Trump started going and whatever they've done here. I don't even know what to call what they're doing. Oh yeah, that's right. Ensuring a place in a Christian hell if it exists.
Yes.
I mean, are these Bibles actually autographed, or are they just like stamped, like printed with his signature on it?
I don't know. I know it has the flag on it, but that's all I can tell you.
I
Is it
mean,
upside
knowing
down?
him, he just probably like had a stamp and went boom, boom, boom.
I had a stroke immediately. My eyes stopped working and my memory no longer recorded.
He probably
What
had
was
somebody he
happening.
promised to pay to sign them for him, and then he didn't pay them. And he's like, you know what? Little sloppy. Can you please stop payment on that check
Oh my God.
to the person who signed all these Trump Bibles?
All right. Next fun topic. Not really. That was terrible segue because I wanted to talk about P Diddy getting raided,
Yeah.
which is sad and awful.
I
If
mean-
if any of this is true, I'm allegedlying it, just for like legal reasons. Is that why people do that? Like P Diddy's gonna come after me?
Well, you don't want to slander anybody.
I'm not slandering anybody. I'm just saying the facts are
The
your
facts
home
are
was-
he is being raided.
your
and
home
accused of
I mean,
human
and, well,
trafficking, right?
The facts are that he is a disgusting human being that has been not convicted, but like accused many, many times of stuff. So
I heard he made one of his interns like go into the city just to bring him a sugar cookie.
like the
should have been a red
stuff with R. Kelly or the stuff with Cosby. It's like you'd heard all that stuff before,
Yeah,
or
with
like
P.
Epstein.
Diddy, yeah.
Even this P Diddy stuff, I'd never heard. Like
well, there's
like
been
the more
rumblings
the
for
creepier
years.
stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's like people there's been rumors for years about that stuff, so it just hadn't gone mainstream.
Yeah, I hadn't heard it.
The accusations.
Me, a middle-aged white lady
Are
in
there-
Ohio, I had not heard that.
Are there clues in the music videos?
I don't know.
That's someone. I think people always leave
Probably.
breadcrumbs for you about.
Somebody's
what kind of
probably
monster they
combing
are.
through all of that right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's nasty. Allegedly.
I mean, he always struck me as kind of a gross person,
Yeah.
just because he's very much like Donald Trump, who we were just talking about. I feel like an opportunistic kind of sleazy, business-minded person who only cares about making money.
Yeah.
And then once that happens, if that's all you care about,
Isn't he implicated in Tupac's death?
yeah, there's been rumors about that since it happened.
Oh.
But
Allegedly.
this idea that, once you get to that point, you start seeing human beings like as expendable. If you're making all that money,
Yeah.
you just don't care about people anymore.
If everyone's your employee.
Right. Everyone in your life is like there because you're paying them.
Yeah. So there you go. Anything else on that topic, you guys feel like talking about?
Oh.
Off of pop culture or Diddy?
Diddy.
Do you think
Yeah.
he changes?
Hopefully he goes.
Yeah, he'll go down.
Do you think Andy he just changed his name a bunch because he was trying to run away from the monster inside of
Yeah.
himself? And he's like, "What's the most gentle thing I could be? Puffy."
Wasn't he going by Brother Love for a little while?
This is a guy who's dealing with some
creepy.
guilt, I bet,
Yeah.
too.
Maybe he's like, hey, I didn't do those things. Puffy did those
Puffy
things.
did it.
Sean
So-
Combs is the bad man.
Yeah.
Puffy's a sweet little Kirby type angel from the Nintendo gaming universe.
I think you hit the nail on the head, guys. Lizzo posted on her Instagram
Yeah.
recently that she's quit She's done. She said, you slander my name, you lie about me, you don't treat me right, I'm done. She quits. She's done with music.
In terms of anything, like
Hamster
public
style.
eye and everything.
I guess so.
She's not going to do hamster style anymore.
No more.
So that is kind of a weird thing.
It's so weird. I don't know what's going on with that case. And there were a bunch of other accusations. And are you okay, baby boy? Okay. Freddie's tummy is not well today. Let's just say that.
It's I
Wink.
did it to myself. It's nothing like a virus or anything. I deserve it. We ate food we shouldn't have had yesterday.
Yeah, well.
I'm too old to eat the way I ate yesterday, and I'm paying for it today.
Oh, poor
Stomach
baby.
is killing me.
It's called the middle-age hangover. It's your
Yeah.
stomach.
There's
not your head.
no booze, not a drop of alcohol or anything involved, just bad food. It made me almost poop my pants at the beginning of the show.
I thought Lizzo was awesome. I was such a fan. And then obviously all these accusations come out that are uncool. Despite being kind of funny. But if that was an experience that you did not consent to, then you should not be there for the bananas coming out of vaginas or into them.
Oh my
Whatever.
God. See, I've already forgotten
But anyway,
Pop culture moves so fast nowadays that
we don't have time anymore.
it being
Yeah.
even describing what these things, these crimes that celebrities are committing as part of pop culture is kind of like, that is just like, wow.
Well, I didn't describe that as pop culture. I was just saying.
No, I'm
that
just saying like, because we're only discussing these
true crime
people-
is pop culture, though.
Yeah, we're only discussing P Diddy and Lizzo because they were accused of things. It's not because like we're like discussing their music or
Well,
anything else they've done or their businesses really. So it's sad to me that like it just seems to be the way it is.
Well, I will say I don't have an opinion on this yet because I don't know the exact facts and it hasn't come to like
Right.
a resolution about this stuff. But I will say that she faced more of an uphill battle because I think people were more chopping at the bit to cancel somebody like her.
Yeah.
Because she was representative of an oppressed group.
Yes,
Of
and
many, three
Well,
right off the top of my head.
Society hates women. They hate black women extra.
They hate
and they
heavy
hate
people.
fat
Yeah.
people the most.
Yeah, she was ready to
Sometimes. I don't really mean that. You know what I mean, people.
be. Yeah, she's an easy target.
Yeah.
But at the same time, sometimes easy targets, hurt people and all that.
Mhm.
And sometimes the people who are like, oh, yeah, they're an easy target, but they are also maybe have a dark side for a reason.
yeah,
You
I just say,
an
like-
unpleasant life.
she had a disproportionate amount of people ready to like cancel her as opposed to defending her, as opposed to other celebrities
Right.
that
I
have
don't-
done
how do you
worse
even-
things.
Andy, my
Yeah.
question in those situations, how can anybody ever bring themselves to really defend a celebrity they don't even know? That's the part of it that kind of blows my mind.
That's we watched the tail end of that Johnny Depp documentary on Netflix.
Yeah.
It goes to show you how much people.
No, didn't a fucking Nicki Minaj fan or a Megan Thee Stallion fan fly to a Nicki Minaj fan, or a Nicki Minaj fan flew to a Megan Thee Stallion fan during their little dust up recently to like fucking kill them or fight them?
Well, yeah. Well,
They're
this
just fans.
Well, what Andy was just talking about with that Depp Heard thing, like that flipped the script on that whole case for me because I'd only heard things through the grapevine before watching that.
Yeah.
And there were people like I think Andy, what you were about to talk about, probably all the people that just showed up for Johnny Depp.
Yeah. A little too invested.
Uh-huh.
It's a message to everybody. Like, you don't know these people, these celebrities. They're not your friends.
Right.
It's okay to be inspired by their work, but to make it a personality trait,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a little gross and weird.
Parasocial relationships.
And don't be, in addition to being inspired by their work, some people, instead of just being inspired by the work itself, as in the song or the movie or the painting or whatever, they get obsessed with the methods that celebrity used to get there. And those are not always healthy. Like who those people are and what their process is might not be a moral or ethical process to begin with. So like, be careful who you put on a pedestal. Like all these people that were really into like Napoleon and Scarface.
Yeah.
You know,
Red flags.
Including us. Just wait till the stuff about us comes out.
So let's
all
go
made
on to
from
something a
exploiting.
little lighter. The Quiet on Set Nickelodeon documentary
You said
series.
lighter.
That's ongoing right now. I think we just watched the episode with the Drake Bell interview, so I think we have one or two more. I don't know. We're not all the way done with it yet. Andy, have you been watching it?
No, I don't like true. Not if
You don't like true crime, but this
Yeah.
is like the intersection of.
and I'm not a Nickelodeon person, and I don't know who these people are.
I didn't either, Andy.
Well, it starts with like all that.
I mean, I know it shouldn't affect how I feel about this thing that happened, which is awful, but it I don't know. It's like it's sad and everything and awful,
It is, yeah.
but yeah, I have. It wasn't like a Nickelodeon person. Like it was probably a little too old for that stuff when
Oh, for
like,
sure. Like I was
watching that stuff. So
maybe at the tail end of my Nickelodeon years, I was watching all that. So they do
Yeah,
talk
this
about
probably-
that. And I mean, but the biggest thing for me in it is Dan Schneider, because I just rewatched Head of the Class, and I was telling you,
he was an
Freddie-
actor, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I was telling you, Freddie, I'm like, there's been some creepy stuff that has come out about this dude. Like he's real into feet, and he would make the young actresses like show their feet, and I'm like, Freddie, this shit's known. And we were just watching that like last year,
Yeah. Well, that
and
made
now
me
it's all
think about-
blown up.
Well, like this is the problem with guys like that. I read a book about Jeffrey Epstein and the island and all that stuff when I was still working for the bank,
Years ago, yeah, all
which
this
was
stuff
like
is like
10 plus years ago. And it was all laid out. And I'm like, why is this guy free? I finished the book thinking I didn't know who he was then. You know, he
Right.
wasn't on the news yet much, but I can't remember the name of the book, but it was a shocking thing to read. It was really horrifying because it felt like someone was pointing something out that was happening right under everyone's noses and no one did anything about it. And it's the same thing here with this Nickelodeon shit.
yeah.
It's a lot of parents and producers and business people and young TV producers who just want to go along to get along enabled these, well, two men minimum that we know about, right?
Yeah.
From the story. There's two of them. There's one is
Well,
a
there's-
dialogue coach.
Well, there's two men that have been convicted
Yeah.
of
They're already convicted.
stuff. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, one guy for sure. But then there's a lot of stuff about what Dan Schneider was doing, but he was never been.
We haven't
held to
even
account
gotten
for
that
that.
far into it. Like we mostly about what's his name, Richard something. There was a guy who wore an awful white turtleneck in a lot of
Brian.
the pictures. Brian. Yeah.
Is should that have been a red flag? The white turtleneck.
The guy's a creepy looking dude. He looks a little bit, and I'm not saying that this other person is creepy, but this is who he reminded me of, was if you watched that 70s show.
Don't compare another human being to this man that's been convicted.
No,
of
I'm
touching
talking about
underage
just his
boys.
appearance. Just his
Okay.
appearance. Mr. Pinciotti, Donna's dad.
Yeah.
You know how he kind of dressed and he had that. The only thing that he didn't have was the Jerry curl. This guy had the rest of that kind of vibe and
Because it was the
look.
late 90s, early 2000s.
But that's a fictional character I'm talking about. Like
Right.
Pinciotti
Okay.
didn't really dress like that or look
Yeah,
like that.
okay.
The actor who played him, who is hilarious, but this guy is very. You just from a still photo, and I'm sure the producers picked the creepy photos to show. But there was just something off, and it was eye opening even for me in workplaces where I've been subjected to stuff myself that's like similar, like unwarranted back rubs. But I love a back rub, right? So I'm never going to turn that shit down. But when I was like 15, like I had a grown woman rubbing my back when I worked at Wendy's, and talking about sexual stuff to me all the time, and I just blew it off as she was just kind of a strange person. But when you watch stuff like this, as an adult and you hear other kids, people who were your age and you've been through those things, you're like, oh my God, that is exactly the same thing. There's a whole dark side of comedy about Family Matters, the sitcom, where there was a lot of that there too.
Can't we have anything nice?
We can't have anything nice. You Urkel, you can't just
Can't
spoil
have
Urkel for you. Stefan Urkel.
Just it's a devastating documentary, but it's really fascinating, I guess, which sounds ghoulish, but what am I going to do?
I think the entertainment industry is so fascinating because it was like one of the last industries to have any type of formal human resources implemented or rules of any kind. It was the Wild West, literally. People moved out to California to make movies and TV shows because it was like international waters.
Cool. All right. We really are going to lighten it up now, okay? You ready? Unless you're a huge J-Lo fan and you have a parasocial relationship with her, but we have entered her flop era.
Wait,
Or J-Lo.
another flop era?
No, this is, I think, the
It's
first
like-
one. She's flopping.
I hate when people cheer on people failing.
I don't want to. I'm not cheering it on. I
No,
feel
sounds like
bad
I
for
never
her,
seen
but
Amy's a
also
fan.
Hey.
She's a J-Lo fan.
not her
She's
music.
a
God,
stan.
never her music.
No?
No.
I like Waiting for Tonight.
Well, okay, sure.
It's a good one.
And that song she did with Ja Rule. Was it Ja Rule?
Oh, she did a
Where
song with
she-
Ja Rule?
Yeah.
She used to date Diddy. Remember that?
Yeah, they were like for a while.
Oh, my.
They were like
That was pre-Affleck,
Bonnie and
right?
Clyde for a while.
Oh, is it going to turn
Yeah.
out that J-Lo was into some bad, naughty, evil shit too?
No.
Well, the rumor, like she was there during that time he shot somebody.
Yeah, I mean, really, why wouldn't you believe it if she hung out with him that long and dated him that long? It's
She knows
possible.
some stuff, I'm sure.
probably
Like,
knows
but
some shit.
Things. Yeah.
Yeah, she probably does.
yeah, but
Um,
it's like I have no strong feelings toward it. I'm saying that a lot today. I have no strong feelings.
He has no
towards
feelings.
a
I
lot
think
of
he's
this,
trying to tell us.
but it's indicative of a bigger story, bigger picture. All these
Yeah.
things,
right.
and I hate how people cheer on when people fail, especially women.
I have
Oh, well, yeah.
one of my only, I would say, parasocial relationships exists. And I don't know if you guys understand how strongly I feel about Bennifer. I don't know why. Like, I don't really care that much about J-Lo by herself. You know, I love Ben Affleck.
How is your
Them
relationship
together,
with
I
them?
just think is adorable, and I want it to succeed
What
because
ma-
it's this
yeah.
cute, like they found each other again,
You
It's
say
like
that's
the opposites,
parasocial?
you know.
huh?
That's parasocial?
So when I'm not cheering her on to fail because I feel bad for one half of Bennifer.
But that's not really parasocial, is it? Don't you have to be in contact
I
with
don't
it?
know. I just don't want people to be mean to J Lo.
That's just fine. There's nothing abnormal about what you're talking about.
I don't know her.
Yeah, it's like the
I don't like her
reason
music.
They could sell Star magazine.
But I feel bad that she has to cancel all these big dates
Yeah.
on her tour because nobody bought it.
Is that what it is? She has to cancel because they didn't sell.
The album's not selling.
Oh,
The tickets
my.
aren't
Dude.
selling.
Like she financed that movie.
The whole movie herself,
Yeah.
This Is Me Now,
Oh, to
a love story on Amazon.
This is me now. A love story. Is it what? I've never heard.
Or
of
no,
this.
it's a some sort of
It's like a
visual thing.
movie documentary type thing.
About
And then there was a
herself?
documentary about making it.
Oh my
Yes.
God! This
Yes.
is she's. You know what's happened is every artist has seen what Taylor Swift has done,
Yeah.
and they think they can just do it.
Yeah.
And the truth of the matter is that's the fucking lightning in a bottle. You can't do it. Just make it happen. Even if you're someone big like J-Lo, you can't just go do what happened there. You can't duplicate that.
And also, fuck Taylor Swift.
I just want J-Lo, like, she can't, like, eat sugar. She can't drink. It's like, girl, you're in your 50s now. You got your man. Like, you don't have to keep this, like, super body up. Get a little soft. Do
Oh,
some
that's
fun
what-
movies.
When it's your identity and your persona, it's hard to
I guess.
stray
Yeah.
from that.
Anyway.
And before I was saying like, I hate to kick people when they're down, but I saw her SNL performance and woof.
Yeah, pretty bad.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Did we watch it? Yeah, we watched it. It was the Ao Edibiri. Did I say that right?
I believe so.
Episode. We watched it.
I don't know. If we did, it didn't make an impression on
Jesus
me.
Christ, Freddie Morris. Okay. But honestly, I really don't remember J-Lo's performances.
Was there a good sketch in that episode that you remember that might refresh my memory?
It's okay. So the rumors are, well, it's not a rumor. Nev Campbell is confirmed to come back for Scream 7, right?
Yeah, that's great.
The new rumor is that Courtney Cox is in talks to come back too.
Courtney Cox talks.
The Cox talks.
Did she survive the last one? I honestly forgot.
I don't believe she did.
Well, that's the thing. I can't remember. I'm like,
I don't remember either. I thought she died and I was mad.
you know, that's a shame that I love these characters so much, yet what they've done.
Those last two movies did nothing for me.
Well, they actually just like, it felt like a dream. It didn't feel like a real movie. And they didn't feel.
Maybe that's what's going to happen.
You know, when you
here.
have those dreams where you're like, oh, I dreamt there was another Scream movie, and it was real weird because they took a character I loved and they just stabbed him to death in the middle. It was real weird. But, you know, at least it was just a dream. No one would make that movie.
No, it's canon, Freddie.
Yeah. You know, that's like the shit that happens. That's why I think I check out with some of these sequels anymore is, and I was one of those people. Remakes and sequels, I'm okay with it. They've been around since the movies. And like sometimes I love a Dracula movie and they keep making them and it's the same movie every time. But I like to see fresh takes on it.
Well, I'm not trying to gatekeep Scream because then I was like,
Right.
I know people would have different entry points to this franchise, but to me, like the new movies weren't good.
No, they weren't.
They weren't.
I liked 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 was good.
Yeah.
But like I know like some people really have really like these new movies, and
Because of Jenna Ortega.
that's fine. Yeah.
She's
but
great as Wednesday. I just don't get her as anything else.
But good for Nev Campbell getting that bag because I'm sure they had to pay out the ass for her.
Yes.
Give that woman money.
Because I do
She
feel
is
with
Scream.
like the fact that they were so easily tossed to her side, like that was kind of shitty.
Well, yeah, she is the hero.
Well,
of
they
the
tossed her
entire
aside, and then they
fucking
tossed
franchise.
Melissa Barrera aside. So
Yeah.
they're good at
So, like-
tossing aside.
They only care about the killers and the villains. These producers, they're like, we're only gonna make movies like, oh yeah, the killer must return, but this character who you've been on the side of, who you lived through this trauma with
Right.
in the movie, like a Laurie Strode or you know Sidney Prescott characters, all the final girls, they're the draw for me as a viewer. Like I want to see
Right.
the heroic attempt to survive, and
The
you know,
people are
yeah,
who you want to
yeah.
hang out with.
right? I mean,
And oftentimes in Scream, you are hanging out with the killer at the same time, but
Yeah.
you don't know that yet.
right?
Speaking of, you know, most slashers, like Scream is, you are connected to the characters, to the victims or the final girl. We just saw a trailer for a movie where you're riding along with the killer instead, in a violent nature. Gather this trailer I just feel like it's popped up for everybody all of a sudden.
And I think it looked so much like a Friday the 13th trailer, and that's what really got my attention. I think that might be why everyone's talking about it.
But instead of you're following the monster the whole time.
Was there even a score playing during that trailer, or was it just silent? It
I
was
don't
just
remember.
I feel like it was just the sounds of
I'm not sure how I
nature.
feel about this. I mean, of course I'll watch it, but I don't want to hang out with the monster.
It looks scary.
Yeah.
I'm into anything that makes me feel actually like kind of scared in a safe way like that. I'm in.
Yeah, it's like if they're going for like make the route where is a slasher that's scary, I like that because most slashers to me aren't scary.
Right.
You know? They're more fun for me. So
right.
like,
They're more jump scares, fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Cool
like
kills.
the approach they're taking with this one if they're going for like a slasher type thing.
Right. They are. I mean, it looks like you're staring at the back of Sackhead Jason,
Yeah.
the whole time.
So like, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I want to see how they approach if they're doing the classic slasher route or it's a bunch of uh people having sex and dumb characters. And
Yep.
it's very like Behind the Mask, the Leslie Vernon.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Jordan, but
Leslie Jordan.
that's a different movie.
I would watch that. Oh, R.I.P. Oh, God. He died before you could make it.
Yeah, I like how horror is kind of having another moment because we want to watch that Late Night with the Devil, and that's getting a lot of buzz and some good box office.
I loved it. Big ol' super duper recommend from me. I know others weren't as delighted, but I was super duper extra A+ delighted.
I've looked up the IMDb page for In a Violent Nature. There's no composer listed. So I don't know if it's an incomplete page.
Well, maybe it doesn't come out for a couple months.
It probably does not have music, is what I'm thinking.
Oh my!
Well, if we're following like the POV of the killer, then why would there be music?
It does seem like that would be interesting.
It's still a movie.
To see how it works out. We shall see.
Yeah.
One more trailer we saw, because when we went and saw Late Night with the Devil, we saw some trailers. Again, I have been so disconnected from non-life and death stuff that it was like, ooh, trailers. But there were there like 85 of them before that damn movie? Anyway, the movie I want to talk about, the trailer is the Bike Riders trailer. For the movie with Tom Hardy and Austin Butler. It was filmed.
I could hear that voice, man. That voice.
He's doing Brando, I think. He's trying to do the wild one.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm into it completely.
The movie
looks
so
great.
fucking cheesy. Like, it is just like hack biker movie,
it's
but like
old Hollywood
pretty boys.
Too. It reminds me of those 50s era biker movies, but like the over the top performances are back. Like, I love that. Like, because now if you watch like Sons of Anarchy, right?
This is very melodramatic, like that was.
It's like even more so.
Oh yeah.
It's like it's more like those old movies like that you would see at the drive-in.
Right.
Yeah,
only a little more polished.
I was just expecting to see some guy in like a white t-shirt with cigarettes rolled up in his sleeve and pulling out like one of those comb knives and combing his hair.
Oh, like the switchblade combs?
Yeah, switchblade
those
combs.
were the coolest, man.
Yeah.
It was so cheesy like that, but what was delightful is it was filmed in and around where we live here in Cincinnati and in Middletown in Ludlow, Kentucky, which is over the river, and here in Cincinnati.
What's it called again?
The Bike Riders.
Yeah, that's the funniest name. And you know what? I'm gonna
watch it just for the pretty boys and to spot things that I recognize from where I live.
I wonder if anybody we know works on it. I bet you.
I'm sure.
Local.
Yeah,
the Bike Riders.
I remember when I was hearing that Tom Hardy was in town filming, and people were seeing him in bars around town.
Yeah, it seemed like he was like
he was hanging out.
Just went out like a normal person.
Yeah, just like some kind of regular chap. Can you believe it? Last topic. Tomorrow is our high holy day. Our Lord Jesus Christ, he's going to rise from his grave. Bless us all again with his eggs.
Oh, the cinematographer on the Bike Riders is great. He did those Michael Shannon and him, I guess, are like a package. He did take shots.
Yeah, Michael Shannon's in this, and I remember hearing he was around in town too.
Yeah,
when he was around filming. How are we honoring the holy day tomorrow?
Well, we're supposed to go see Kong versus the new Kong Godzilla movie, so
I'm excited for that.
That's how we're celebrating the resurrection of Jesus Christ.
Those are my
and we're taking 3 chocolate bunnies to our great niece Shelby. We got her a plush Peep and some pretty groovy Easter bunny glasses as well.
And it's a really cool Easter basket. Now listen, I don't do Easter shit because I'm, again, I don't believe in anything. Only Satan.
I was excited about
But-
all the hams because I saw a bunch of those at the grocery store the other day. I was like, "Oh, it's ham season."
Pressed hams. Do you like pressed hams, Andy?
No, like the spiral ones.
Oh,
Those
okay.
are nice.
You know what a pressed ham is, right?
What's a pressed ham?
He's
That's-
really stressed out and he's just trying to get some stuff done at work. And he's
Okay.
just pressed, you know.
No, it's when you take your pants completely down
Oh no.
and then you moon somebody
Oh, yeah.
by pressing your butt cheeks against the window.
Yes.
And you have to really squish everything in there, man. Really press them. That's a pressed ham. Now
And then you
know.
gotta wipe down Then you gotta wipe down your window.
If you're a decent person,
Yes.
you bring some Windex along. Roll of paper towels.
Thank you for indulging me in this little walk down frivolity, but then some of it wasn't so frivol.
Frivol?
It wasn't so frivol. That's better.
Oh, that sounds like a cartoon mouse.
Yeah, a little frivol. Oh, he's trying to find his family.
Frivol goes west.
God, I sobbed at those movies. So this will come out the day we're recording this, which is March 30th.
Yep. Saturday.
2024, the day before Easter. But for all you
No, I
non-patrons,
feel sad. Feel sad for the Saturday between Good Friday and Easter. It's just there.
it's my favorite.
'Cause people don't do anything on that Saturday, do they? It's
We're
just
doing something tonight. We're hanging out.
Yeah, we're gonna
But
hang
it's
out
not like
and
a-
eat a
it's not
smoked
like a-
turkey.
It's not like a set celebration day.
No, it's
Yeah,
a
it's just-
coincidence that
Yeah.
we're hanging out.
Yeah.
Actually,
Well, none of us are like churching.
we're not
We're not
churching.
churchies.
We're not churchy.
Yeah.
But again, this will come out a week later for non-patrons. So you're going to be like, bitch, I have heard about all of these topics endlessly for the last 2 weeks. Why are you still talking about it?
Yeah, they're
It's
like,
because-
this ain't Easter.
Because.
They were like, this ain't Easter.
But if you
This
want to
ain't
get
no
this
disco.
early, go to patreon.com/NOTLP. Anything else before we go other than I love you so?
Thank you, Amy.
Oh, you have to talk a little bit longer.
That's
And
all right.
thank you for dying for our sins, Jesus, and being resurrected.
You're all right. I don't care what Judas says about you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.